Hello, everybody, and welcome to the webinar. And welcome, Robert. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Klaus. Nice to be here. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm really thrilled for the topic today, as we're going to introduce a lot of new features to eMarketeer. And I guess you are too, Rob. You guys have been working on this for a long time now.
Yeah, it's always fun to make releases of new stuff, of course, but this is also taking a further step with the eMarketeer, leveraging all the contact data and signals that we generate through touch points of the contacts and find the business opportunities in there and providing a way for sales to manage them and so on. So yeah, exciting times, and there's even lots more to come.
Lots more to come. Exactly. So that's what we'll be covering today. I'll go ahead and share my slides. There we are, should be on the screen, and you'll have Robert and me somewhere on the side or at the top. Welcome everybody to the webinar once again. Rob has already introduced himself here. He's the product owner of one of the product owners of eMarketeer, so really one of the godfathers of the platform. And if you've been on an eMarketeer webinar, you know me. I'm Klaus. I am working in product marketing and doing these webinar at eMarketeer. And the topic today, as we briefly mentioned, is introducing a new feature set, a new way of working in eMarketeer that has to do with how you manage your leads. So if you're brand new to eMarketeer, tag along. These are new features, so we won't go through all of the basics, obviously. Many of you guys already use eMarketeer, and this is really for you to see what these new features allow you to do and allow you to work in a brand new way. So we're super excited. The agenda is pretty straightforward. We are going to look at lead management, the new feature set that we've built. The reason why we've done it, how you can work with it. I'm going to show you some screens, and we're going to do a lot of hands-on as well. And then we're going to look at the road ahead for the product, what we have in store for you guys for to be launched before summer and later this fall. So just a little teaser at what is coming here as well. If you've been on a webinar before, you know me. I can keep talking at you for 45 minutes, an hour easily. But if you want to stop me from yabbing on, please do send me and Robert some questions. Rob will be on the webinar throughout. He may have disappeared on cam, but he will pop in and out, answering questions and helping me out. So do comment there with your questions, even though if it's not a question, just looks great or that's crap. Not the latter, please. My ego can't handle that. Anyways, let us know what you think in the questions box, and we will do our best to catch all of the questions during the webinar or get back to you after the webinar if we miss something. The questions are hidden from all of the participants, so don't be shy. It's only me and Rob reading the questions and trying to provide meaningful answers. I'll record the webinar and send you the webinar after the session today, so you can revisit some of the parts if you like, and please go ahead and share it with your colleagues as well. So without further ado, let's look at why we are here, why we have been working hard on these latest releases, because we've seen a lot of changes going on and a lot of requests coming from you guys about how you want to work with your marketing, or rather the results of your marketing. So through a lot of meetings and implementations and discussions with you guys, the feedback is quite unanimous. There is one thing, there are many things that are challenging in today's world, certainly, but there's one thing when it comes to sales and marketing that is really tricky, and that is managing leads and aligning what you're trying to do in marketing with what they're trying to do in sales. So really figuring out how do we capitalize the best possible way on all of the work we do in marketing when we generate new business opportunities, new leads. How do we make sure we take these leads and hand them over to sales in a meaningful way, and that sales know when a new lead is there, know why this new lead is here for me, and so on. So really making sure that we can bring them onto the same page, looking at the same kind of reality, if you will. And why is that important? Well, it's important for marketing to see the results of what we're doing, right? We want to see that when we do campaigns, when we do events and seminars and newsletters and whatnot, we want to make sure that we can see the performance, we can see that it leads to meaningful actions with our colleagues in sales and account management, growth, diminishing churn, and so on. And for the salespeople, why does it make sense to have a good lead handover process? Well, certainly if you're in sales or account management, you want to know what your lead has done before you grab the phone and call them. So if they've been on your website, if they've been active in your email campaigns, if they've been on a webinar, you want to know, and you want to know in a 360-degree view kind of way before you reach out. Why? Because then you are better equipped to go into a meaningful dialogue with this new lead, be it a brand new lead or an existing customer who's showing signs of willingness to buy something new. So really sharing what's going on between sales and marketing is crucial, and the benefits are for marketing to better understand what works and what doesn't, and for sales to get a deep insight into the behavior of leads before you reach out. So this has actually not changed, but really honed our focus in quite a lot lately. We've also launched our new website, which focuses on marketing that provides leads for sales. This is the reason to do marketing in the first place. It's to make sales happen. And that's been our belief since we built eMarketeer, and it continues to be, but we're even more strongly focused on the lead part now. So when we get the feedback from you guys that you want to be able to measure your leads, you want to be able to hand them over to sales in a good way, it mimics when you ask your colleagues in the industry in marketing what their main priorities are. The top one is obviously generating leads and demand. That's really the key essence here, and helping to convert those leads into revenue, into sales. And then thirdly, making sales and marketing work in alignment. So making sure that they share the same KPIs, they understand the same, they have the same goals, they're on the same page with what is going on. This handing over of leads to sales can't be in Excel sheets anymore. We need to manage it in a better way. And here's a stab at that. So these are really the top priorities for a lot of marketeers out there, and that's what we're responding to, this trinity of generating leads, managing them, and making sure that sales and marketing are on the same page. All right, so just the concepts here, the lead gens, probably what you think of when you think of marketing. It's campaigning, it's inbound and outbound marketing, it's making sure that your brand is out there and attracting prospective buyers with your content and your campaigns. Then nextly, managing these leads is making sure that the leads are getting the information that is right for them. So nurturing them, handing them over to sales, qualifying them, making sure that everybody is aligned with what's going on with the leads that are in your portfolio, in your campaigns. And then lastly, aligning so that we are sharing one point of truth, if you will, one place where the behavior of leads and customers can be seen and be followed without needing to jump between different systems is what this is all about. And when you look at the marketing platform, the eMarketeer platform today, so a lot of what you're doing today is in the lead generation camp. And then we want to make sure that you'll be able to work better with lead management as well and facilitate that alignment. So if we map out the different tools here, they're all centered around growing your business, making customers stick around for longer, or attracting new customers for your business. And when you look at the marketing aspect, this is where you'll do most of your work in eMarketeer today. So you do your newsletters and your campaigns and seminars and forms and mobile apps and all of this stuff that you could do in eMarketeer today, automating, scoring, and so on. Then as we move over to sales and lead management, the scoring component, filtering component, and list generation components that we've introduced to eMarketeer last year and the year before that really enable you to focus in on which leads are important by scoring them and filtering them out. And now with the introduction of our lead management features that we'll go through, we will provide you with lead boards where you can show which leads are interesting to which sales teams. We give you a lot of information for sales on the contacts and the companies. What have the contacts been doing, the leads, and what have the companies been doing? We give you history and timeline of everything that's been going on, news from the companies, and performance. So a lot of new reports and views on your leads that are specific to your colleagues in sales. Maybe some of you have brought your sales colleagues today. I think that would be great. But if not, you can always share the recording with your folks there. And then lastly, to achieve a shared insight on everything that's going on by making sure that you're looking at the same reality, that you're looking at the same performance and history with your leads there. And then having this go seamlessly and automatic through, once you've set it up and you run your campaigns, the management of the leads from your marketing team to the specific sales teams should all happen automatically. And that's what we'll be covering here. So if you've been on a webinar with me before, you've probably seen this slide. It has to do with marketing taking over a larger and larger piece of the customer journey with all of the campaigning and content marketing, inbound and outbound marketing we're doing. And if we're not informing our colleagues in sales about what's going on, what is their lead doing, what are they interested in, when have they been on an event last time, and so on, if we don't provide them with that information, they're kind of left in the dark. So we want to make sure that we make marketing and sales work across the board as a team, and giving sales access to everything that you've been doing in eMarketeer campaigns towards these leads. So eMarketeer, it's still all of the components that you know, the email marketing and newsletters and forms and landing pages and automations and all the stuff you know today. And if you're new to eMarketeer, these are all the tools that are available. You may use a couple or you may use them all. They're all in the platform. And then we're introducing the lead board and marketing timelines on the contacts and companies of what's been going on, and that's what we'll be showing today. It looks like a small addition, but it's really a huge impact on the way we think that you'll be working with your leads and with your colleagues in sales. So let's look at lead management and the lead management features we're introducing. The main piece is called the lead board. This is where your sales colleagues will look at all of the leads that they are given by the marketing team, but there are a lot of associated features that go into to making this possible. So we'll run through those and then we'll look at them hands-on. Don't forget to ask me questions and Robert in the questions box. Also, if you think this could be interesting for you guys in your organization, let us know in the questions box that you're interested, and we will reach out and discuss the implementation of lead board in your eMarketeer account. It won't just open up automatically. We need to help you out, set it up, and make sure that you get going. You don't need to figure out everything yourself there. So reach out to us there, or just reply to my email when I send you the recording if you want to get going right away. Okay, so the lead board. Let's look at the anatomy, if you will, of the lead process when leads are coming into your organization. So you do all of your marketing events just like you're used to, and with the purpose of informing customers, attracting new leads, and providing growth for the company. Now, previously, you had to create filters or lists in eMarketeer and maybe export those and hand them over to sales. Maybe you had a sales colleague who could log into eMarketeer and see some of the lists that you did there. But now we're really improving on those processes. The first thing we're introducing is lead streams. Lead streams means that you can filter all of the leads that you're generating into different streams. So maybe you want to make sure that your sales team, if they work in based on geography, so you have a German sales team and a Swedish sales team and whatnot, you can make sure that the right leads are delivered to the right country team. Maybe you work in product verticals, so there is one sales team responsible for product X and another sales team responsible for product Y. You can make sure that the leads that are interested in X and Y end up in the right sales team. So instead of showing everything to everybody, you really focus on the leads that are relevant to the right salespeople in your organization. Then you set up sales teams. So obviously mimicking what you have in your organization, be it country or product verticals or whatever, how you organize. You set up the sales teams in eMarketeer and you point these lead streams to the sales teams. So they have their own lead board where they see the leads that are relevant to them. So as you start running your campaigns and doing all of the stuff you do in marketing, the leads will start showing up. They will go into the different lead streams based on the rules you've set up, country or product interest or score or a combination of all of these. And the right sales teams will get these leads on their lead board. So basically your sales colleagues will be able to log into eMarketeer, have their own unique lead board that is custom built for them based on which team they belong to and which lead streams they should be seeing. I know I'm throwing a lot of concepts out there, so let's have a look at what's there in eMarketeer now. So the lead board is where your sales colleagues will be working, and you if you're working with sales and leads. The lead board is central. This is where all of the leads that are available to you in your sales team are showing up as marketing qualified leads. From here, you can drag and drop the leads between the different lead stages, going from marketing qualified to sales qualified and so on, as you work with your leads to see which are qualified, which should we reach out to, and so on. You can look at the contacts and the companies and all of the history that they have provided you with based on their behavior in your marketing. We'll have a look at that as well. So the lead board is where you have these stages: the marketing qualified lead, sales qualified opportunities. You win some, you lose some. We've made the win column bigger, right? So, yeah. So this is where you work with your leads and you can drag and drop them around. I'll show you this when we move into eMarketeer. There's also a funnel view where you can see the performance of your team and of the individuals. So you can see your conversion rate from marketing qualified lead to sales qualified leads and so on. So you can see how you're doing. This is fantastic for the marketing team to see how are we performing, but it's also good for the sales management to be able to see how are we doing converting from marketing qualified leads to sales qualified leads, which individuals are doing a good job, whom can we learn from, and so on. When you're clicking on a contact on the lead board, you will see the contact view there. Sorry, this is a super office screen. I'll bring this up in eMarketeer. We'll look at that in eMarketeer. We've also added a nudging email that goes out to the sales team every week. So every Monday, an email arrives to the sales team if they have access to the lead board that says, here are some new leads that are showing up on the lead board. We're showing their logos, a description, lead score, and which lead streams they belong to. We also provide the performance of the teams and the individuals of the sales teams that you're a member of. So this email goes out every Monday morning so that your sales colleagues can dig into the lead board and see what's been going on there. We've also introduced sales teams, as I mentioned. So in eMarketeer, if you are an admin, you can click the settings icon here and you can admin your users. Now you can also create sales teams, and you can create as many as you need, and you can organize them however you would like that matches your organization. In this example, we have a Norwegian and a Swedish sales team. I can go ahead and create a new team, and I can edit a team to add more sales people to the sales teams. Now, obviously, in order to be able to add users, I also need sales users. So we've created a new type of user in eMarketeer where you see the sales permission here. So if you are already a marketing user, you can also become a sales user, and you can also create users that are only sales users, which means they won't see anything else than the lead board in eMarketeer. So they can have access to the campaigns and the contacts and all of the stuff that you're doing in eMarketeer. They just have access to the lead board, which is pretty neat. And then finally, now we have our sales teams and our sales users, we need to create streams. So these are the filters, if you will, that feed the sales teams with all of their leads. You can create as many lead streams as you like. You give them a name, a description. You point them to which sales teams should see these lead streams. And you can go ahead and copy them if you've made a lead stream that you would like to use for another country, just by adapting the rules in those lead streams. If you've worked with lead scoring or filters in eMarketeer, you'll be very familiar with how these are built. You give them a name and a description, and you decide what rules should be matched, what criteria should be met for leads to show up in this lead stream. So maybe you want to look at lead score or country or a specific click or a specific answer, a specific website visit. You can really mix and match all of your different filtering capabilities that you have in eMarketeer to create the perfect lead stream for you that makes sense. All right, so let's dive in and see how this looks in eMarketeer. So here I am in eMarketeer in my demo account. I'm logged in as a marketing user. So if you already use eMarketeer, you're familiar with this view, but you'll see that there's a new option up here called leads. And this is where the lead board is. Let me just show you. If I'm logged in as a sales user, I only see leads. So I don't have access to your campaigns. I can't mess up your beautiful lead scoring and marketing automations. I can just access the leads on the lead board. So you have these two views and they work just the same depending on which user rights you have. So I'll dive into the lead board here and show you the stuff that's there. So again, the lead board, now I'm a member of the Swedish sales team. As I can see here, Swedish sales, I can see my team members. We can provide profile images there when you create your profile. So you can see images of your colleagues there. I can see which lead streams are feeding into this team. So maybe I could set up a webinar stream, an event stream, a lead score and product interest stream. That will all end up for my team here. And all of the contacts that match the criteria that are set up in the lead streams, they end up as marketing qualified leads. So I have a discussion with my colleagues in marketing and sales. What makes a good lead for you? Do they need to have a specific, visited specific pages on our website? Should they be in a specific country? We can decide on all of these things together, set it up, and then they would end up here as marketing qualified leads. And here I can then start to work with the leads as a salesperson, and I can move them into the different columns here. Let's say I want to look at Anne here and see what she's been up to. I can open up her contact card, and this is where we have all of the information about the lead. We try to figure out a profile image, a title, a LinkedIn profile, company, and so on, based on her email address. We look at her score over time, and we have all of the different things that she has done that increased her lead score. I can see her engagement in the different campaigns we have. So I can see throughout time, she's been active in a lot of email campaigns we've done. I can see all of the emails. I can go in to look at which links she's clicked. I can see which form she's answered. And I have a deep insight into everything that Anne has been doing. Now, again, as a marketing user, you may be used to this, but for your sales colleagues that haven't had access to eMarketeer, having access to this deep information of everything they've been doing across your marketing channels from one central point is really, really crucial. You can look at it from a campaign perspective. You can look at her score, how that's been going over time, and so on. We also have contact information that we've gathered through her answering forums or that we've picked from our enrichers. And we can add notes to the contact card here. Looks like a good lead. We'll start working on that now. Whatever, it makes sense for me to note down on Anne here. And that note is added here. I can then assign this lead to me. There we go. And Anne is now assigned to me as a prospect or a lead. As I continue working, you can now see that this is assigned to me, and you can see that there's a note here. I can then move Anne into a sales qualified lead, the sales qualified lead column, and I can start working on that. So as you can see, I just drag and drop the leads around between the different columns here, assign the leads to myself or my colleagues. I can filter and look at my leads. I can filter based on whether they're prospects, customers, or others. I can search for leads. I know that should be here, and I can do a date filtering if I only want to look at the leads that came in the last 7 days. So a lot of stuff you can do here from the lead board, getting an overview of which leads are coming in that are relevant to you, and the sales team can start working on the leads, getting deep insights into what the leads have been doing here. Let me bring up another lead here, and as I mentioned, you can see everything that they've been doing, and you can also look at their company. So if you look at company, it looks at the company where Amanda works, and all of her colleagues that have also interacted with our marketing will also be shown here. So we show the aggregate lead score of all of the people working, in this case at Mailinator, my demo company. It gives me some company profile, age, industry, LinkedIn and Twitter profile of the company. I can see the other colleagues that are working there that have also interacted with my marketing. I can see which campaigns they're active in. And I can just click here and go straight to Roger's contact card and see what Roger has been up to. So you can look at contacts and their companies from the lead board as a salesperson, getting a lot of info about their behavior in our customer journeys. You can also switch from the stage view here to the funnel view. where you look at the performance of your teams. You look at the conversion rates from marketing qualified leads to sales qualified leads, opportunities, and won, and you can see the performance of the individuals here working in your sales team. So a good report to check out what's going on. Are we actually converting the leads? Are we? Is the marketing qualified leads criteria, are they good enough? Or should we talk to marketing and tweak the rules that we've set up about which leads should show up on our lead board? So in essence, this is where your colleagues in sales will work. They will log in, get their unique lead board, and see what they are, what leads are available to them, and they can start working with them and push them through the funnel here, investigating what the lead has been doing in the customer journey and what the companies have been doing in the customer journey. All right. Anything you want to point out, Robert, here? Anything I'm forgetting?
You're good at covering it all, I guess, but the lead streams, we could mention that they are live. They don't create all the leads just at the point that you set up the criteria, but each time a new contact matches the criteria you've set up for the lead stream, they are added. So things are constantly moving on the lead board.
Right, exactly. And if I create a lead stream today, it will also catch the leads that matches the rules in that lead stream if they triggered those rules a week ago, right? So it looks back in time as well and catches the leads from previous behavior.
Yeah, that's an option. So when you set up the lead stream, you can choose to have it start from now on and add all the future matches, but you can also go and fetch them retrospectively if that's what you want.
Yeah, cool. So let me know if you have any questions about the lead board and how you work with the lead board in the questions box. If you think that this looks great for sales colleagues to work this way, or just if you're interested, let us know in the questions box during the webinar here. Setting up you have access to set up the lead streams. If you're an admin, you can go ahead and manage your lead streams directly from the lead board. You can also manage your sales teams by going to manage teams. So you can add or remove salespeople, add and remove teams, and organize that from a central point of view as an admin user. So if I go in here and I'm an admin user, I should be able to see my lead streams, and I can also add new lead streams here. The lead stream overview will also show how many leads this stream has generated or captured last 30 days and in total. So just pretty easy to get a hold of your admin tools there as a marketeer, and knowing that what you do here, what you set up here, will be available for your sales teams on their specific lead boards. So we're pretty psyched about this addition, making all of the insights that you're generating in marketing available to your colleagues in sales. So if I start working at this lead, I want to call Amanda and set up a meeting, I can look at her contact card and see everything that she's been doing on our websites, emails, mobile apps, SMSs, events, webinars, whatever. I can track her performance or her engagement with us across time and know exactly what she's interested in and focused on without leaving the view of the lead board here. So we think this is a pretty awesome way to work. We've been using this for about 6 months now ourselves, and it's just a whole other ball game handing leads over to sales colleagues this way.
Yeah, and this is the first release, and now that we're here, it's acting on all the data that we have in eMarketeer right now, which is mainly from the marketing components, the newsletters, events, and website forms and things like that you have, and visits. But now we're thinking, how can we get even more sources for leads from eMarketeer and also external places, and to work with them nurture wise, and yeah, so we're thinking ahead from here now to how to make this both for marketing and sales even better. So but now we have the funnel laid out. We have the marketing activities, we're generating the data and the signals that we call it. It's the interactions that your contacts take on your marketing activities, and yeah, expanding on that from here now. So yeah, it's a fun time to be
an
a
eMarketeer.
product. Yeah.
With the introduction of all of these new features, we've also simplified our product packaging, if you will. So you may be familiar with eMarketeer Basic and eMarketeer Pro and Enterprise and whatnot. And we're kind of doing away with all of these different variables or different packaging. Basically, everybody's on eMarketeer Pro because that's where the lead scoring and the automation and all of that good stuff is. So we've kind of bundled that all together. So the eMarketeer is now called Marketing Cloud. And all of these features are available there. And then we're introducing these new features around lead management, which is priced per user. So you can add your sales users onto there in a very flexible way, but just adding new users. And they are 29 euros a month for getting access to the lead board. And from there, you have all of the features we've just seen: the streams, the teams, sales users, the contact card, the company card, the engagement history, the stage view, the funnel view, all of that stuff bundled into just that sales user license there. So yeah, we hope that you think that it could be of interest to your sales teams and colleagues there. Now let's look a little bit, and again, all of this it's not slideware. You saw me working in the eMarketeer interface. This is here now, so you can get started right away with the lead board. Just reach out to us in the chat or reply to my email or hit us up in the chat in eMarketeer and let us know that you would like to get started with this, and we will help you set up your teams and your streams and get going with the lead board. So let's look a little bit ahead at what we're working on right now that we will be releasing shortly by introducing the whole concept of the product as it is now, and where we are introducing new things later this year. So in the middle of everything, you have contacts, right? Customers or leads, people that you're trying to influence to make them stick around for longer, buy more, buy for the first time, whatever it is. You have your contacts that are in focus in eMarketeer. That's where we bring all of the history of what they're doing into the centerpiece of the contact card. We gather information around them, and we can automate and score them. And we do all of this with the Marketing Cloud, with all of the capabilities that you're familiar with in eMarketeer, all of the different components there. Then we're now adding on this new concept of lead management and sales and marketing alignment, where we provide the lead board, the contact timeline, and the company timeline for your sales team, so they can really focus on what their leads and customers are doing in one central view. And later this year, we will introduce journeys, which is basically taking marketing automations to a whole new level, not only visualizing the marketing automations, but making them much more advanced, being able to listen to everything that's going on in eMarketeer, and also stuff that's going on outside of eMarketeer. And outside eMarketeer, we're bringing in information with enrichers. That means that we're trying to find profile images, social media profiles, company names, company age, industry, company news, biographies, geography, all of the things that is kind of data surrounding your contacts and your companies. We will enrich them from our different algorithms and technologies to bring more information into eMarketeer with context about your contacts and companies. And then, as Rob briefly mentioned, signals happening outside eMarketeer that is relevant inside eMarketeer. So if you get leads from your LinkedIn campaigns and your Facebook campaigns and so on, we want to make sure that they can be seamlessly flood into your lead streams and be part of your marketing and sales initiatives there. So bringing more companies, more sources for leads into eMarketeer. So as a whole, this is kind of the concept of the product now. Everything you see on the left-hand side here is there. The Marketing Cloud, obviously, with all of the tools there. Lead management. Journeys will come later this year, already before summer, version 1, and signals after summer. So let's have a look at journeys, how they look now, and how you will be working with journeys in eMarketeer. So a journey is basically a sequence of steps and rules that decide what happens with the lead in eMarketeer. What are you sending to them? When are you doing? What behavior are you listening for or looking for in their customer journey? And how would you like eMarketeer to react to that behavior? So basically, it's a visual layout of our journey with the different steps involved. This is a very simple journey. We have a starting point, something that triggers this journey to start. And then we have a sequence of steps that we would like eMarketeer to take. It may be notifying your salespeople that things are happening, or sending emails and drip campaigns to a new lead. As you can see here, in this example, somebody has requested a demo. We send them an introduction. We wait 2 days and we send them a reminder about getting onto our webinar, for instance. So just an example of how things could happen. In the journey builder, you can always click the nodes here to add more steps to the journey. So these would be automations and logic rules or contact update opportunities. And we will keep adding to this list of capabilities in the journey builder, so you can combine eMarketeer components with logics and rules to make your journeys perform just the way that you would like them to do. You can always see how many people have started, are in, or have completed a journey. And you can zoom in and out and pan around to see what the journey is all about. You can create rules that separate into different directions. So in this case, if they've registered for our event, we can do certain things. And if they didn't, we can do other things there. So you can really get creative with how you build your journeys and how you combine these things. You will notice that they are in a separate tab as well. Maybe you notice the automations tab here. That's because journeys here aren't only living in a campaign as automations are today. They're really across in the entirety of eMarketeer and what's going on outside eMarketeer. So why not start a journey when someone submits a lead form on LinkedIn, or someone does something in your e-commerce shop? You can start a journey once we have the signals to trigger a journey as well. So let's go into the automations piece here, where you will be building your journeys and look at how it works. And again, this is in our eMarketeer, so we're already pretty far, and that's why we're confident that we'll be bringing this to market sometime before summer. You'll be familiar with the interface. We have our different journeys here. We can see how many are started, how many are in progress, and how many have completed. I can copy a journey. So if I've made a really nice journey, I can just copy it and adapt it to a new scenario. And I can click to open the journey. And this is where you build your journeys with the different steps. As I said, you can pan around and you can zoom in and out to see the whole journey. And you can click the nodes to add more steps to the journey. Whenever you click a journey step here, you can edit the settings. So this is the entry point for the journey. In this case, it is registered for a webinar. And here you have all of the engagement and filtering capabilities in eMarketeer. So you can basically look for everything that happened in eMarketeer, their scores, contact fields, state, lead state, whether they belong to lists. And also later on this year, signals will be part of this as well. So we can listen for signals elsewhere. And we can set up what should be the starting point of our journey. And then as we move through, we've added different journey steps by clicking the nodes here. So if I click here, I can see I can send email, I can send text, create logic, and a few other things, and we will keep adding to this list. And all of these different steps then perform these different actions. In this case, for instance, it sends a mail. I can see a preview. I can edit the mail. I can choose another mail, and that email will go out if they've registered. Then we have a wait step here, where the journey will wait a week before it continues, and then it will evaluate. Then it will see if the webinar participant has evaluated or not, and if they have, it goes through the yes flow here, and if they haven't, they go through the no flow, and you can continue, and you can really branch out several times to make your journey perform just like you would like it. So we are really, really excited about building journeys and starting to work with it ourselves, and really look forward to bringing this to you guys later this year. We think it will take your marketing automation initiatives to a whole new level by introducing journeys, by visualizing them and making them available across in the entirety of eMarketeer, and combining it with signals from outside eMarketeer. We think this will be a really powerful tool to automate your marketing and nurture your leads, because that's what it's all about. Creating fantastic journeys that makes leads ready to buy from you, so you can hand them over to the lead board where your sales colleagues are working, and handing them over with all of the information that you've gathered throughout the customer journey there. All right, that takes us to the questions and answers session. And I can see, Rob, you've been going through the questions and answering them on the fly here. So if you're still, you guys have any questions there that haven't been asked yet, go ahead and shoot us a comment or a question in the questions box. If you have any observations, feedback, ideas, thoughts about what you've seen today, shoot them there as well. We'll be happy to take your feedback here. And lastly, if you want to get started with Leadboard, yeah, let us know there as well, so we can hook you up with the consultant and get things rolling with the Leadboard in your organization. Any closing remarks on your part, Rob? Are you on cam again?
Yeah, actually, I've been on cam all the time, just to
you have, okay.
as a favor to the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited to get this what we've been using for a while now out to the customers and public, so and get the feedback and build that into the work we have ahead with journeys and signals and everything. So it will open up so many new possibilities with eMarketeer. So it's future is bright.
Future is bright and exciting. There's one question here about whether sales users have access to eMarketeer, and just let me highlight that point one more time. That when you log into eMarketeer as a marketing user, you will have access to all of the stuff here that you're used to. And if you log in as a sales user, maybe this looks like a screen. It's just another browser running full screen. So you only have the leads tab, and you can't access the settings of the account and the campaigns and so on. So when you create your, let me find the right tab there. So when, as a marketing user, you create your sales users, let me go in here, and create user account, create a new user. You have the ability to only select the sales rights, and as you create the user, the salesperson will be invited to eMarketeer. They will create their profile with an image and the name, and then when they log in, they will only end up on the lead board. So you simply click the sales user and deselect the marketing tools, and they will only have access. And here you also need to decide which team they belong to, and that's really all there is to it, creating a sales user. So there's that, and then they will only have access to the sales board. Thanks for that.
All right.
Any more questions coming in? I think we're there actually. Looks like
and we will onboard all the customers, so we won't just open up the lead board, but we will help them sort of workshop wise to look at what's going on at the moment in eMarketeer, and together how can we sort of make the lead streams based on that. So there will be some meetings there.
Yeah, you're not alone. Rob and the team of consultants, we're all here to help you out. So to get you started and think about some of the logics that you need to put in place, think about what would be a good first couple of sales or lead streams there to set up. And then as you start working with it and get more and more familiar, you'll be able to tweak and tune this to really work as you would like it. So yeah. No need to be afraid of the technicalities there. True eMarketeer style, it's pretty easy to set up and it works out of the box there. So yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well, Robert, thank you so much for joining me today and helping me out, keeping tabs on things and answering questions there. And thanks for everybody who joined. I hope that you are just slightly excited, or I would say as excited as we are, because we've been drinking our own Kool-Aid for far too long. So we think that this is really going to be a huge step forward for your lead management efforts. But hit me up on my email that I'll be sending to you with a reply on what you think. And go ahead and let us know if you'd like to get started with the lead board right away. But with that, have a great Friday and a great weekend when you get there. Thanks for listening in, and I hope to see you on an upcoming eMarketeer webinar. Enjoy your day, Rob. Bye-bye.
Same to you. Bye-bye.